Hi, I'm Ashot. I called this episode The Natural Intelligence. Artificial intelligence is everywhere today. It writes books, it paints pictures, it invents clothing, it does homework for students, it creates production models, it teaches foreign languages and much, much more. That's it. Humanity has exhausted itself. There is nothing to oppose artificial intelligence. Ultimately, artificial intelligence will take over the power on the planet and enslave humanity. We will all become slaves to machines. Well, that's right, isn't it? Let's give it a shot. Throughout human history, revolutionary technological breakthroughs have always ushered in new eras. It is commonly believed that up to today we have experienced 4 so-called industrial revolutions. Personally, I find it somewhat ironic that one of the driving forces of human progress has always been laziness. At some point, humans became lazy to work physically. And in 1770s, the first industrial revolution was a revolution of mechanization. Thanks to mechanization and the use of water and steam power, there was a transition from manual labor to machine labor, and humanity breathed a sign of relief with its laziness. But that was not enough for humans. And soon, in the 1860s, the second industrial revolution occurred, the revolution of electricity. With the development and widespread of the electricity in production processes, as well as the introduction of mass production on assembly line, the process of producing goods accelerated significantly, making life even easier for people. But human laziness took its toll, and in the 1950s, the third industrial revolution, or the revolution of electronics, took place. Thanks to the development of digital technologies with the advent of computers and the implementation of robotics and automated control systems in production, humans no longer needed to work physically or even manage the assembly line. Then, human laziness surpassed itself. And people wanted machines not only to work and manage, but also to think and decide for them. Thus, in the 2010s, the fourth industrial revolution, also known as the cyber revolution, occurred. This was due to the merging of physical, digital, and biological technologies, leading to digitalization and robotization. The Internet of Things, big data, analytics, virtual and augmented reality emerged, along with a breakthrough in practical application of artificial intelligence. So what is this artificial intelligence? The development of artificial intelligence actually began back in the distant 1960s and even took place in the USSR. Simply put, artificial intelligence is a system that can think and act like a human. Looking ahead a bit, I suggest not to attach excessive importance to the word intelligence in this context. The system is simply designed to think and act. Initially, artificial intelligence was fed simple programming code. Written by humans, it clearly instructed the machine on what to do and when. Then came the so-called machine learning, when the machine no longer needed code from humans and had its own algorithm of actions and even learned by itself. Later, deep learning emerged. This is when the machine's self-learning algorithm began to imitate the human brain in the form of multi-layer neural networks. Today, there are many technologies and models of AI, and consequently, many companies offering artificial intelligence systems. ChatGPT is a conventional AI developed by OpenAI, founded by Elon Musk, designed to interact with users in a format reminiscent of human dialogue. It uses modern natural language processing algorithms to generate creative content and respond to queries. ChatGPT is popular among creative professionals and regular users for content creation. Perplexity AI. Perplexity is an AI search engine that combines natural language processing capabilities with real-time search. Perplexity focuses on accurate information extraction and research. It gathers data from various sources, including searches on Google and Bing, scientific articles, social networks, providing users with well-cited answers. This makes it especially useful for researchers, students, and professionals seeking precise and up-to-date information. Bing. Bing is developed by Microsoft. It provides users with search results from the internet. Bing is also popular among creative professionals and regular users for content creation through generative AI. It uses algorithms to create content such as images, videos, music, and much more without the need for human intervention. As you can see, there are numerous artificial intelligence systems all adapted to different user needs, and everyone will find one or more that suits their preferences. Moreover, manufacturers are widely integrating artificial intelligence systems into their products and services. So will artificial intelligence? Will it ultimately take over the power on the planet? Will it enslave humanity and turn us all into slaves? Of course, we no longer plow fields with a buffalo. We don't manually assemble cars and do not send letters by horses. Artificial intelligence can and should be enjoyed, but as a tool. Because as Grady Booch, an American software engineering expert, said, a fool with a tool is still a fool. The great scientist Vyacheslav Albertovich Dubinin, a professor at Moscow State University, Department of Human and Animal Physiology, once said, "Foxes are much smarter than rabbits. However, over millions of years, they have not been able to eat them all. Why? Because the fox cannot calculate the trajectory along which the rabbit will run. You know why? Because the rabbit doesn't know himself where he will run." Intelligence cannot be artificial. It is natural. And it exists only in humans. Human natural intelligence is based on the right creative hemisphere, the ability to ask questions, the ability to dream. Artificial intelligence cannot ask questions, but it provides answers, and much faster and more precise than a human.